Ladies and gentlemen, the man got his Eminem in the background and smiling already. I know what sort of wink that is. Mr. Mercer, say something for the people so we can hear you properly.
Lot of Mercer.
Yo. Okay, on.
Sweet, sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that sort of time inside.
Lot of Mercer.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining me from over and away, if you're from about here, you should know this man. This is a man that has been rocking the Bajan vibe soca style soca champion for years now. How much years he was champion again? Mikey, tell them, man.
I am not sure.
He's more pretend. He's a real humble fella. That's what he's got big ear all the
I'm
time.
not really sure.
This is a man that come from grass skirt straight down to roll it straight down to winning. So come on, last year I know he'd have come in to represent again this year, but you know things happen. But we got the man Mikey Mercer on the inside.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So as DJ looked up your song Independent Girl, which has been hitting some airwaves, I've been dancing to Tila from IO Creative Venture. She also did a couple of things with it as well. Saw a couple other dancers as well. Tell me about this new vibe, man. Independent Girl.
It was this one of the tracks actually came about working with like last year. I worked with Justy for the first time really. From the production standpoint, we did Walking Frame. I mean, we like the energy that I've really produced, and people like that vibe. So Justy, he shoot me the rhythm, and I said, D man, all right, because I got my own project, I got other projects working on, but I'm making a point not to write too many songs for 1 year.
Okay.
So I said, all right, you did Walking Frame last year. I like the vibe. I can give you a concept, and then what you write your song. So I gave me the concept because I never really had, if you look at it, I never really had a out and out girls tune.
Okay.
Out and out, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something different, right? I never did before. So when they shoot that vibe, the man said, all right, I ain't show you back in a little bit. Quick, so the man sent me back there. He said, yeah, boy, bang. That's it. We went studio and we make a few adjustments and stuff. And for the time we did put on the track, man, it was a completely different approach. That is an approach to a soca song that I've never done before.
Yeah.
So you know, I like the high energy, whether it be groovy or full and that kind of thing. But that's a different side, a completely different interpretation of that sort of thing. And I really enjoy doing it. It's been getting some good airplay, again, a lot of good reviews, not only here, but I actually did a performance last night for a group in Baltimore.
This was a soca thing? With the exercise people?
Yeah, soca aerobics. Yeah, man. And they were like, yeah, you gotta stick that tune. You gotta stick that new tune. So yeah, it's doing well so far, man. I'm looking forward to see where it's going.
Sweet. So you mentioned working with Just D. You ever work with any other writers in particular, or any other writers?
Yeah, man. I work with Sanctuary. I've worked with actually Sanctuary wrote We Loose. He wrote Enjoy My Life. He and Just D wrote CEO. So I've worked with Shaft. I've worked with Dale and Emmanuel from Trinidad as well. They're the guys that wrote Spotlight.
Right.
And I've worked with James EP.
So love to collab, clearly.
Yeah, I like different fields. I really like different fields. I like different interpretations. I like to see, and I think it helps you to grow as an artist, to learn to interpret songs. You know, it's really easy to interpret a song that you write, right? Yeah. But as an artist, when somebody give a song to you, you gotta find your way of doing it. Yeah, so losing it at its essence, and I really enjoy doing that. I enjoy that challenge.
Because somebody was telling me a story about when Peter Ram had All the Way, how when the song was given to Ram, it actually started from the what we understand to be like almost a minute down the song, but the whole beginning, they're coming at the dance. Yeah, that ram and ram it for the song. I met that whole first part, you know, that all of it like real bad, you know. All of it. So you're talking about working with all these different kinds of people now. A lot of the persons inside this kind of chat and the community that come to the online open mic, a lot of these people, very talented persons, but a lot of them have only found success here in Barbados, you know. So I want to ask you, I mean, I know it has to be difficult, but there has to be something you can possibly give people on how to possibly get your music, whether it is music, whether it's poetry, whether it is dance, exported into other markets. So you got any advice you could give people on how to get that there, do?
One word. Hustle.
Hustle, hustle, hustle.
Yeah. they're really in the other way. You gotta, if there are some people who've been blessed with a network, you understand that could shoot it. I gotta try to shoot that and then things just start running. Everybody ain't got that. Well, I ain't got that. You understand? I go there, I reach out to people, I go and do research. I look up who's the radio stations in this territory. Bum 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 bum. All right, who's the DJs at this radio station in this territory? Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
I shoot them an email. You understand? And it just got push. You got it. I don't ever. I try my hardest never to settle. I don't settle. I don't get complacent. You understand? Is to try to keep trying to get into a completely different territory than I've been in from the previous years, right? Each and every single time. So you just gotta, you gotta humble yourself and put in the work.
Especially at this time now when everybody is in COVID central, as I call it, the economic apocalypse. There are a lot of people who might be a little bit more stagnant than others because normalcy, or what we deem as normalcy, isn't that normal anymore. Correct. Why is it so important for us as creatives to keep pushing, to keep networking at this time, and just not only putting out music, but anything related to the arts? Why is it so important?
The same reason why it's important for all the other businesses in the world to do that same thing. It's a business. Where all is said and done, right? So this is the time now that you see, as you rightfully said, you seeing companies that were at loggerheads for years coming together and working for the greater good. You get what I mean? Yeah. And I hope and I'm praying that they understand. I believe everything's happening for a reason, right? We may not like it, we may not understand it, but everything's happening for a reason. I hope this shows the world that they ain't really in the need for all the stress, you know, all the negativity and all that kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? So no, in this time, the creatives, COVID had to happen for this to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If not for COVID, all of us would be so busy. You get me? Running around doing things. We would have never thought of this. But look at this reach, and look at you see where it's reaching. You understand? You possibly saving somebody life and you ain't know.
I want to read something that you wrote, Mikey. You made a post on May the 13th, right? And I quote, sometimes you have to take some time to remember how far you've come. Most don't know the battles you fought, so most don't understand how hard it's been. The harsh reality is that no matter what happens, some people will always have negative things to say. I repeat, no matter what happens, some people will always have negative things to say. So you know what to do? Stop minding the foolish people that ain't got a clue what's going on and be proud of yourself. That was in all caps. You work on earth to please them. Live your life, be nice, work out, stay humble, eat food, and be the best person you can be. Those who don't let you, that is their problem, not yours. Protect your peace. Lord of mercy. Shabba. Right. Yeah, man. That, especially it being Mental Awareness Month, Mental Awareness Week, I feel that is actually a very strong statement to make, because a lot of us, we compete with others all the time and not recognizing that we actually just need to make sure that we are good with the person in the mirror, right? You can tell us what inspired this particular post?
There's always your human nature, right? We always said, ignore the negativity and but at some point in time, somebody said this piss you off, right? And you'll be like, but this boy ain't got a clue what going on. I always got the most to say. You understand? And that happened that day, and it was just like, but why am I even giving this person the time of day? They don't know me. You understand? They definitely don't know me better than I know myself. You get what I mean? They know what I went through. They're seeing, they want to judge my story from hearing something that somebody would have said that possibly don't know me either. You get what I mean? And this is reality, right? And it was just like, you see this? I never care. Talk with me.
Right.
Say what you like. Yeah, and then somebody asked me, man, how you stay so positive? I said, because they stop minding the foolish people. Stop minding the foolish people. They can talk regardless. I have a very, very simple thing. Said as simple as weight loss. You know, everybody battling with that there now, especially in this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody got their stuff going on, and you get lucky the first time you see somebody in weeks. Well, you get real big. No, watch what happened here now, right? I just try to be very, very civil and that sort of thing most of the time. But Mikey, the thing is, I lost 11 pounds at that time. You know what I'm saying? But look at me, boy, you get real big. So my response was, why see you getting bigger? So I thought it was the thing. Right?
You're right with that, huh?
Listen to what this body tell me. Back out in my mind, well, you're dying nice, you know. You know what you gotta deal with. You know, so I put medication, I think, so I put all low weight. I said, wait. But you so you don't know what I get through, but you have the right to say all of this. But if it come back at you, oh Lord, oh my God, how could you say this to me? You know what I'm saying? Nah, the same respect and the same awareness that you want people to take when dealing with you, have the other people, you don't know what other people going through.
Exactly.
And for those people that battling with those type of people, ignore them. When they don't, to the point now that with most of these, I do not even respond. I look at you. and the body will say, what happened?
Or my favorite from you are. The Mikey can't even know where that coming from.
I'm glad I got you here, so though, Mercy, because as we talking real and thing, I remember going around the scenes crop over last year, and you will hear people sing, especially when you have won the Soca Monarch with Action Time again. You hear people sing, I never heard this song before. Where this song come from? I never heard this song before in my life, right? And you talk about hustle, you talk about networking, you understand? Couple of places that I was around crop over, 95% of the time Mikey passed through, even if he passed through for half hour, right? And even if there were 6 people in a bar in the back, and the DJ man said, Mikey inside the place, Mikey can go get the microphone and perform for these 6 people like if them is 6,000, you understand? I always remember every single night, the way how you would carry people through learning that song and to know all the movements, you understand? Every single night, I tell myself, when these people go home, they can remember this song. And the next time they hear this song, they can remember this night that make them feel good, and they can fall in love, not just with the song, they can fall in love with the night and the experience of that, right? So when you went on the stage that Sunday evening, and you start to blaze, and the crowd's like, oh, yeah, action. I just said, good. good that for one of man that saying that the boy know the man rascal sound.
Yeah.
But the man working.
Yeah.
The man is working. And like if the man in the house just shut up and hoping a DJ play his song, the man is working. I got one. Wait, anybody got any questions for Mikey as he here? Cause he here, you know. He can't get away. He here. If anybody got any questions for Mikey, we're like a shouty. But I have a question that somebody direct messaged me. Wait, the dog.
Wait a minute.
You feel what
Bring forth the lion.
Mikey.
Bring forth the lion, man.
Hi, Mikey.
Okay. Well, you're gonna hold it with Simba, you know, you're gonna hold it for sure. You go.
Right.
Listen, you can't steal the show like that.
So a question somebody said they wanted me to ask you is, you know, a number of persons have been speaking recently about kind of going back to the drawing board where competition at Crapova is a thing. They seeing how the industry, whole music industry is in a sense, and looking at how things are versus how they could be improved, and everything need breaking down and actually building right back up. And they wanted to know how you would feel about that, about the actual music industry, looking at how it is right now, the structure of everything, how they got the soca competitions and stuff like that. Do you think that we need to relook how everything is done and try to like look at it, break it down, and then rebuild, or how you feel about how everything is right now?
Everything is going to have to evolve. You can't get away from it, right? There are some people who saying, man, they don't need the competition. Don't need the competition. They got competition in everything. Everything. You understand? People look at me.
Level 5 black belt in karate.
I
So
like
you know
competition.
competition for you and everything.
I love competition because I love what competition helps me to do. Competition, it encourages me to learn. It helps me to put what I have learned on the table, put it to the test, right? Now, there people say, my competition is stifle artists. Competition is going to stifle the artist that wants to be stifled. And it's how you find the way you don't let the competition define your career. You gotta keep pushing. There are songs that anybody gain competitions, you understand, that blow up outside. Because your song does not gain a competition, does not mean it's not a good song. It's just not a good song for the competition.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Consider that if I have the best tasting macaroni pie, right? Best tasting macaroni pie in the world.
They're going mustard.
You're
sorry. Listen.
Right? Don't care how good my macaroni pie tastes. It cannot win a race competition.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? So it's up to the artist. Either you want to compete or you don't want to compete.
Yeah.
If you want to compete, understand that you're putting yourself and your song at the whim of the judges. That's what the opinions. The judges, right? There's a criteria. Look at said criteria and go forth. Don't look at the criteria, compete, and then quarrel about the criteria where you get the competition. If you don't like criteria, do not compete. It is as simple as that, right? Many they got a whole bunch of artists out there that don't compete that do fine. You know what I mean? So you gotta figure out there are a whole set of other things with the industry that we all got work to do. Everybody got work to do. Because we also have this tendency of thinking that because that's how it was for the last 20 years, that's how it's supposed to be. That is not correct. If we were doing it for the last 20 years and it's wrong, all that means is that we're doing it wrong long.
Exactly.
It's true.
You understand? There are certain reasonings I hear people with, and they say, man, that's how it was all the time. I said, I don't care. It does not make sense. If it don't make sense, you understand? How you supposed to make dollars?
Yeah. Because people say practice is made perfect, but practice is made permanent, not perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
if you're practicing the wrong thing, then you know.
That's what's going on. They got so you whatever thing, whether it be against singing, poetry, or whatever, however you looking at the thing, you gonna make it your mind. All right, what is it they trying to achieve? One, two. What are the channels I could possibly take? This channel, can I handle this channel?
Right.
Every channel for everybody, you know. So I realized this is what he do it, going this way, but you gotta be real with yourself. Sure, that ain't gonna work for me. Let me find another angle. And if you can create your own space, create
and you
your
can't
own
be
lane.
afraid to create it either, because to be the first person to do anything different is going to be very hard, because nobody knows what you're doing. And sometimes you yourself is don't know what you'll be doing because it's the first time it's being done. So you laying the ground. You just got to have, as you say, this mental capacity to keep going on. I
think the first thing you said is very important, which is understanding why you are doing it, because it actually reminded me of NIFCA when I used to do NIFCA. I think a lot of people used to get real vexed when they got a bronze in NIFCA. I can care less, because why I was at NIFCA was my billboard, that was my advertising. Because I know they can take that excerpt of DJ Simmons at the finals and put it right before the right after the days or right before the news. And right when you see me, remember, oh yeah, that fella, let me have he for this Christmas party or this luncheon or something. So my goal was to get to the finals. I'm gonna win the award. I just want to get to the finals, but that's way in it for. And
well, what are your thoughts now coming down to COVID? I spoke with somebody today who might be still in the chat about COVID and what life might look like once things are back to normal, whatever normal looks like after this.
That's real hard to predict.
Yeah, because things are so fluid, but to your mind, what you think might happen from your perspective as a Mikey? Do you see things that when the Oculus game, okay, everybody can go outside and not with 25 people or a small group of people? I mean, when everything is pretty okay to go back outside, quite gotta happen. But how do you think people are going to take that on? When you hear the first fat launch, you think people gonna run and break down the doors because of missed people? Or is it going to be a fat where people can be like, I was in the house real long, seeing too much people about the place, and give me anxiety because that got happened to me. If one of they feeling that I didn't going out before, oh shite, no, I gonna be real frightened to go outside now.
So I think they're gonna have two sides of the coin, right? They're gonna have like the people like you say, well, I'm very comfortable here. You get me? I'm good. I'm very good here. I don't need. Furthermore, I get more comfortable stopping home. Right, you understand? Cool.
PlayStation there, I'm charging it cool.
Correct. Plus PlayStation for you coming out. What? I ain't going to be. And then you're gonna have the people that oh Lord, oh my God, I can't wait to get the whole brand. Pew, gone. You understand? I think there's going to be the majority going to be the middle ground. They're going to take the time. You understand? They're going to be like, because the psychological effect of COVID, you understand, is going to last significantly longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when all is said and done, as you may say, when Noah, when them in the dove, yes, I hear what was he said a dove, them in the dove.
Yeah.
So them again,
it's true.
And
it's true.
it is going to take some time. But I can tell you, right? Let me say, after things free up, and we give people, I just say it will happen, you know. And we give people like a month and a half. You see the first big event after that month and a half, where people comfortable, I think.
Yeah.
I think from my side, you see from a partying perspective, I think the way of partying is going to change.
Agreed.
I think people, when we say, oh Lord, I had this chance to jump up and get on in so long. I am not going to stop here and take pictures.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Get on. You understand? Yeah. Rain can come down. They can say, well, Lord, if it is, so they can feel this rain. And the fact, the perspective of everything they change when it comes to party, when we get past that stage. You understand?
Yeah.
I personally think once we get a general handle on this thing this year, you see crop over next year.
I agree with that, because when
listen to me,
it's like how people was taking the beach too. Like you saw so many people talking about how they would never take the beach for granted again. You see a lot more people taking the time and actually looking around them to see what is around them, actually like take it in, you understand? To recognize that this is what people be spending so much money to come out here, so and just envision and I actually got my feet in it, you understand? So I agree, it can be just like that. People, you ain't gonna be partying for the gram. They can be partying because shit, I miss outside.
I looking forward to that.
And I think they're going to be more aware now, because if it happened once, it can happen again. You know what I'm saying? They can say, boy, there's a possibility, the mentality, you know, but I know when next the world gets shut down. Because
let me get on now.
So let me get in all right here now. You understand?
I hear somebody stuff on Instagram the other night to everybody that had a birthday during COVID and want to go and celebrate. All one thing is all the March bars, all the April bars, all the May bars, all the June. Everybody can be out one time.
January and February will be home because we know better.
This was only supposed to be a little 10-15-minute interview, but we have Mikey here long.
As usual. This the car part talk.
Yeah, this after the fact. No, everybody car part talking. But it was real good having you on, Mikey. Once again, the single is called Independent Girl. You got, it's 2 songs, you got one song you got out so far?
One song out so far. Others to come. Honestly, there are some that I hold it back to next year. But I had like 6 songs for this year, though. So I could put them. I could
drop 50 songs, you know.
I remember. Somebody had said in the chat at time. They said that anybody that is dropping songs now, dropping songs for charity. It might say it's dropping songs now because you can't make no money off of them. I saw that in the chat. I did not respond. I know how I feel about that statement. But when you think about somebody saying something like that, right now, if you are releasing music, you're releasing music for charity.
But that's their opinion. I can't change nobody's opinion. It is not my opinion, though. I disagree. Right. I think as an artist, you cannot only think money, right? Or if it is not within your budget, all right, don't do it. Cool. You understand? You gotta adjust all well and fine. If you can, consider a artist with an album. Every single song on the album, just don't be a club banger. You get what I mean? So you gotta have songs for different types of times. You get what I mean? Like for me, Independent Girl is a completely different vibe to anything that I've ever done. The release of that, no, I think it suits because it is not a you understand? It's a nice, cool, it's a song that you can sit down and vibe on. You understand? The ladies can really appreciate. You get what I mean? Quite speaks to them in a different light. You get what I mean? Things like that. So you still have to put music out there for different reasons. 1, 2. During this kind of time is when people need music most. And I think most artists understand that. You get what I mean? And the love of the thing now they really gonna start to come out. Because everything can't be for money. Just like when you do it with my charity, 80% of the things we do, we don't broadcast. You get what I mean?
And I
So,
get it. I respect that because a lot of people do charities or charity work, and you will see like people's faces, for instance.
right. Don't do that.
I
Don't do it.
don't like that because I feel like I'm pulling down the person a lot more than they
Give
should be.
the people the dignity. You understand?
Yeah.
They're giving them the privacy. So we got so many people out there now who home ain't got nothing going on, and consider that everybody in the same storm, everybody in the same boat. You know what I mean? Everybody in a different situation. So this music that we release now may help somebody who in a real bad mental space because of this whole thing. They got something now to hold on to as a reprieve, something as a release.
Yeah.
You get don't underestimate the power of music and what music is supposed to do. You understand?
Yeah.
Music is supposed to relieve, it's supposed to uplift. People are supposed to identify and hold on to it for whatever reason. You understand? And it's supposed to add, hopefully, in a positive light to said person, right? So you can't only think, all right, yeah, money and good music don't die. So if I release music now, why would I be afraid of my song dying now and all out of love from Air Supply, 27, 30 years old, I still say I didn't worry about a year. If the song is good, it will last. Pump me up, still kicking, bruh.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So release it. So I tell you, if you got one that you think is a banger and it suits that atmosphere, you don't have to release it now. But try something different. Try a little, and that's what he did. Try a little something different.
Yeah.
Get him a little spin on the thing, but it also helps to keep you as the artist relevant.
Agreed.
We live in an era now, as the man said, that is very much fast food. Yeah. And if people in CA and if people in here, yeah, the game forget you fast.
Yeah.
So and you only have to your last hit.
Yeah.
Correct. So you can't think that it's only about the money. You cash money there all the time. It's irrelevant. Think of it as an investment into your career.
Yeah, man.
Agreed.
That's how I see it. That's my opinion. I ain't telling nobody that their opinion wrong. You ask me my opinion. My opinion.
Sweet. All right, Mike Kirks, boy. We got you here long. This feel like we could do a whole masterclass with this sort of thing. But we got one last question that actually come from someone in the audience. It's a studio question. This person is a person you're very close to. So I don't know if there's a particular reason why Captain Loose asked this question. But he's asking for Mikey Mercer to give his funniest performance story. And I believe if he knows different, he will call you out in the chat. So that
is something that I will have to think about.
No, but he just trying to put the spot on you, and that's what he asked.
I have a lot of funny things. I ain't quite sure we'll call my funniest. Captain Loose probably will be able to tell me what we consider.
Don't want any chat if you get embarrassing my hair.
When it comes to things like that. We have some because Travis made the everybody know. He always rolling with me, but there's so much. I don't know what we'll call the funniest. I really want to know what we call the funniest. I can tell you what the most moving was Reminisce, Big Up 4K and the rest of them. In 2018.
And Jennifer put up, embarrass him.
Listen, the man is talking about his most moving moment on stage.
Jennifer's so wicked.
Give the man a minute. Lord,
it was, I reminisce the fact that I had at Ocean Park. And when they went on and I sang Piece of Fat Family and they pull up the song. And the people sang the entire song. And it moved me to tears on stage. You understand? Because a lot of people don't see the side. Fat Family is one of the most vulnerable songs for me. Right? I put my all into that song. And I was coming out to 2 or 3 years that I did just Peter in there, but I didn't have no big hits and that sort of stuff. And it started, and it was a rough time in my life too, right? And I pour my everything in that song. So it was like, boy, I know how I can feel if people don't like it. But then for people to embrace it in the way that they did, and then for that to happen. Cause I pull up right after the both hands in the air, and they pull up. You understand? And the people sing for the rest. The band play on that solo. The people sing the is a vibe start to play percussion and all that. It was magical. And to me, that was one of the most touching things, because I it's always fantastic for people to hold on to something that you put so much into. You will know as an artist, right? Saying that you really lay everything on the table for. You get what I mean? And they grab it up like that, and they take it personal. The whole like it's theirs. You get what I mean? That it brought me to tears a few times, but reminisce, it was a special case.
Yeah, man.
Somebody made a comment just now. I don't know if I can find it quick. I think it was Darweezy. Yes, he has said, for your previous comment about when the person was saying that you were just putting out, musicians putting out music at this time for charity. He said, thanks, bro. For the last 2 days, I was studying some stuff that you answered for me. So maybe he's going to bring out some music.
Yeah, man.
No problem.
But Mikey, we were saying is very important. They got some ideas that we're working on that we can talk to you about off camera. But I think that you got a lot of knowledge to share. You got some real good stories, and we can talk, man. But we can exit with this one. Well, 2 quick things. For my one part, real quick, I understand exactly what you mean by the magic, because there's people don't really know me as a short story writer, but I wrote this short story and I used to perform it with a bass guitarist. And one day I was not able to perform the piece, and the bass guitarist said he would do it himself. And I was like, what? He actually knew the blasted piece. And I got away from where I was a little bit early. So when I got there, he was performing it. And the way how he was performing this, my short story, and the way how the crowd was like sitting on the edge of the seat listening to the man do my story, had me back there bawling, man. I could not believe it. But we had a discussion with Red Plastic Bag late last year, right? What Plastic Bag was saying is that when he travels, he was actually next to the guy that organizes the Latin Grammys, and he was like, well, gee, this is an opportunity here, boy. So he was asking the guy, what do you think about soca music? And the guy said, well, soca music is incredible, but unfortunately for soca music, it is seen as a summer genre. You understand? And Red Plastic Bag, it really hit Plastic Bag that, you know, and he's part of the issue too, because a lot of these songs are geared towards partying and festivity.
Yeah, that is boxed in.
Yeah.
So I don't get to hear the inspirational soca songs in February, or Black conscious songs. That would be interesting.
So he was saying that we need to put up music that people in Minnesota that driving down the cold road could put in and listen to, and like that could hit. That could do a little bit more storytelling. How it has sometimes that's a story, not necessarily about a party, but that's a story that we all can relate to. You understand? So that was part of his thing. We need to. That the artists actually need to produce a bit more variety in the topics of the music. That's something he was talking about.
When I know we're gonna stop up, but when you say you're going to be the energy that soca is lends towards partying. All right? Yeah. So that's why you're gonna see, because there are people in Minnesota and that sort of stuff driving on the road listening to soca.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Because it lifts them and it puts them in a place mentally that is different. You understand? They remember, even if it's just a memory, they remember, boy, your carnival last year, Crapova last year, boy. You get what I mean? But that's what it is. It lays the part. Can you imagine? you could go to an event with bare jazz and sit down, cool, you know. Go to I'll tell you with soca, you ain't really gonna be sitting down there for too long. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But that's if you're gonna say that it's kind of built around carnivals, all well and fine. It can't be summer now because from January to December we'll be working.
Agreed.
This person here, Sophie Licious, actually just said, but soca is not really seasonal anymore.
Because it's got carnival.
Because there's a carnival literally
every month. You understand? So it isn't summer anymore. It's fat. It's party.
Right.
Who all go on party? You know how many times I went and performed in Montreal and I can't remember outside snowing. Yeah, something cold. And people go on big egret coats and to gain the
last area. Pills with a K.
You get what I mean? So you can't say it's summer now. That ain't work. I don't agree with that no. But this is a conversation. This can go on forever here.
Yes.
There's a whole
I tell you
the people the online open make people know that the interviews is come on here, talk for a little 10-15 minutes, do the thing and move, but Mikey got me here good boy. Mikey got me here and nobody is complaining.
I appreciate the open mic and I look forward to the open micers. You understand? So let me take a back seat here because this is them thing. You get what I mean? Let me take a back seat and let me have this. We can make this another live. We can talk about it. You understand?
I definitely agree with that.
But you want to see these open micers. I want to see the talent here. This is cover all over. We're ready for the down there, boss.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we give thanks to Mikey. Like when I was in here sharing so much knowledge along with Mikey and the big names here, so no dropping like Darren Bailey.
Darian, don't get me wrong, I agree. The topic still need exploring and expanding. I totally agree, boss. I totally agree. But it's still for what soca is, it's still a release kind of thing. More often than not, an energetic release.
Agreed.
Relaxing release. Yeah.
Listen, so we can catch up. I hope that everybody that in here know that only but up on we because Mikey was inside. You understand? I want to come back next week on the online open mic because I don't want to announce the name yet, but we having somebody on to talk about all this kind of stuff actually.
It might be a little controversial for some of you.
But it can be a really nice discussion. And hopefully you can check back in next week for Truth to Mikey. It can be a really nice conversation.
Yeah, man.
The name will be released on Monday, I believe. On Monday we will let you know, but it can be another conversation around this same thing because so much of us are passionate about this thing. A lot of people believe that it's only soca artists that get affected by crop over and stuff like that, but not at all because like I know for sure like, I get affected. Crop over is cancelled. A big part of my crop over, I am the creative writing tutor for the NCF Arts Camp. So because there's no COVID-19, they going to Arts Camp, that affects me. It affects me being able to mentor the children and so like this thing. So think about people that do food. Think about, you understand, that is a huge topic. This crop over thing. Peoples, big up to you, Mikey.
Yeah, man. I got to say big respect. The man tell me that I this some more time. Big up to the M&Ms.
What? I only see the yellow one, but you made back there. So the yellow one like he had a little drinky, though, right? He
had to do worse.
Yeah, man.
Blessings each time. Let me get some of this stuff.
Yeah. Jennifer, big up yourself. Ben Verse, big up yourself. Everybody inside the space. Bill Gates, love on the band. Stick around, man. All right, Mikey. Shout out.
Yes, sir.
A lot of mercy.